Check one. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Hot day. Well, it was a nice day. It's a beautiful day. But I got to tell you, I am very out of shape, and so I was mowing the lawn today and cutting branches. It's very good exercise for me. Man, it doesn't take much to get out of shape. Fatty loser. Yeah, I do like that I can exercise. I still have more to. It took me so long. We have two parts of our yard. We have a little enclosed area, enclosed with a gate, which is great because when we bought the house, we're like, okay, finally we've got a 6-foot gate here or a 5-foot gate, so you don't have to worry about the dog jumping over the gate. Of course, the a-hole dog immediately jumped over the gate, and so that was useless. So then, and that area is where the septic tank is too, and that's where the swing set is and a little play thing for the kids. Unfortunately, the grass there grows crazy. One of the reasons is the septic tank has these exit water, whatever, doesn't matter. So the problem I'm having is I'm using a push mower where the belt that makes it move is broken. I fixed it last year for 5 minutes, and now it's broken again. I can't fix a freaking thing right. And so I'm just pushing it, and it's the grass is too high, and it chokes the freaking propeller or whatever the thing's called, and I have to... It conks out because it's too full of freaking stuff. Ugh. And I have a riding lawnmower, which 2 years ago we got fixed, and then the wheel came off, and that was just stuck in the dirt. And one of the things they had to do, we had to send it to the guy to fix it because the mice had gotten into it and infested it with stuff, and the mice have done it again now. So I have a dead thing in the middle of the freaking, sucks. I want to be one of these guys who has a freaking landscaper, just cut everything. But landscaping, they all come with like fleets of beautiful trucks. What the frig is that costing? We don't have it, whatever it is. Oh, God. I know I'm a bitch. I know. You guys all do this without complaining. Okay. So let me go over here. I'm going to talk about some politics. Yeah. Oh, look. See, I look less fat. I don't rumble. Okay. So, where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Luigi Mangione's girls, his Manson girls? Because these people are out there in Manhattan just loving their guy. Congratulations, by the way, if you're a Luigi Mangione, parent of a girl who loves Luigi Mangione. This is a woman who's actually a member of the press somehow. And the press badge was provided by the New York City Mayor's office. This is Lena Weisbrot. And she's talking about like why she's there. And here you go.
I said what I said. I don't give a fuck.
His children are better off without him. They need to learn to not be like their dad and enjoy the blood money, kids.
That's more Manson girls just waiting for... these girls are obviously all college graduates and, probably mostly come... These are all rich white girls, mostly come from rich households, no doubt about that. And this is what you've made. Congratulations, progressives.
What was that? I didn't get that, what you said. I'm standing on business. Fuck Brian Thompson. I don't give a flying fuck he died. Millions of Americans...
I liked it.
Millions of Americans suffer every single day from the lack of negligence when it comes to genetic healthcare. We had a literal infant named Isabella who, because of how negligent her health insurance was, she died. An infant died.
Oh, I'm sure. It was murder by the healthcare agency. The fact that an infant died. So just F him and that he should die. Anybody who works there, the healthcare should die. You know what happens if you don't have your health care plan? It costs a lot more. It's like, you guys are effing psycho, but these are just standard Democrats believe this crap.
You guys are okay with someone like Brian Thompson being around and that being a part of our society? That says more about you as a person, because you look absolutely monstrous defending someone like that who participates in social murder. That's what we're mass social murder.
He's responsible for more deaths than Osama bin Laden.
There is more deaths than Osama bin Laden. There is a really cute blonde psycho there, though. We do like her.
And I remember Americans celebrating when Osama bin Laden was killed. It's not like we don't understand heroic violence or like when violence is good. That's like as America gets.
I mean, why do we protect the Second Amendment so much? Is it to allow people to shoot up schools, or is it for us to protect our democracy? I think it's to protect our democracy. It's not saying, we should all take up arms, but
it's the blonde.
Your democracy is eroded and there's no other option. Like, what are we meant to do?
Okay, well, that's just these are just recipients of the American education system. So that's what, yeah, they're ghouls, and they think it's great that people get shot and die, and that's fine. But don't tell me how bad the freaking Taliban is when you've got these ghouls walking around. There's another one.
I think people need to know how much power they have to resist with rights like jury nullification, which is information that's purposely obfuscated from the public, especially because our government and these health insurance companies, they're literally stealing our money and using it to kill us. Like,
member of the press.
The American people need to stand up for themselves. It's about time. It's beyond time. Yeah.
I'm arriving late. Can you tell me who you are and why you're here today?
You want to go first?
Yeah, my name is Lena, and we've just been court watching all of Luigi's court dates, and we're part of a group called the Mangione.
You can find us on
What are you called?
the Mangione. We are a trio, essentially. Like, Mangione, April is right there and stuff like that. We're essentially here to be Luigi Mangione's advocate, as well as bringing social issues to light, and also having more youth engagement when it comes to social issues like these. That's our primary focus.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So are you reporting on this trial?
Yeah, we're Actors Press, since it's very obvious that legacy media has some sort of agenda against Luigi Mangione and his supporters, and we're here to prove that we have the power as the people to get the public informed.
What are your issues with the media coverage?
Well, it's mostly the suppression of what's been going on, everything from not even mentioning how we've had an illegal cavity searched on a forgery charge. I have yet to see any news outlet whatsoever report on that.
Huh?
And also the fact that most of this evidence was unlawfully obtained. The chain of custody was broken, and that's just the truth of the matter. And
Your boy, you were praising him for snuffing out an insurance CEO. So now he didn't do it. So now do you take the praise back? I mean, it was fine. Just these are just Democrats.
horrible, because the only person that ends up suffering is Luigi Mangione and the people, because it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people.
And let's be honest, most average Americans support him. We're fed up with being exploited and treated like cattle, basically blood sacrifices to line the pockets of health insurance executives. And
That's it. You wanted to do the class warfare. There you go. He's a bloodsucker. And this piece of crap here, these two ladies have not done anything for anybody ever. If they ever did anything for anybody ever, then they would elevate themselves to a position where some people may have a critique of what they're doing and some of the knock-on effects of what they do for a living. But they don't do anything. All they are is complainers and bitchers and moaners and baristas. And, self-anointed members of the press, whatever. It's fine. They're just standard Democrats.
the politicians that they bribe with our money that they're stealing from us. It's pretty sickening. Other countries have had revolutions for far less. We're pretty much the most cucked and submissive population in all of human history. And I'm tired of it. It's time for everyone to grow some fucking
balls and stand.
And stand on business.
What are your names?
My name is Ashley.
And I'm Lena.
And your last name?
I'm not going to give that out to the press currently.
I go by Lena NW professionally. That's how you can find.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And your organization?
We are the Mangianistas on Instagram, and you're able to find us on Instagram, X, as well as TikTok.
Thanks.
Thank you. Give a quick second.
There you go. That's fine. I mean, this is what you get. You want it? You send your kid to college. This is what you get, and that's them. And that's not just them who's radical. This is the left, the establishment, the left, the senators are radical, and the ones who aren't radical are pussies. And so now they're being pushed to be radical by the left.
I want to ask about reaching further.
This is Cory
to the
Booker
left.
getting.
It's become very popular
interviewed.
to ask elected officials, would you go on Hassan Piker's stream? Now, I want to kind of just make clear, Hassan and I don't really get along. He recently alleged that I have an AIPAC handler, something that he said without evidence, which actually really affected my show. I think the only reason he said that is I'm Jewish. I've never had an AIPAC handler or taken $1 from AIPAC or anything like that. But I recognize that he has a huge audience that is further to the left of where you are and where I am. Reaching to the middle, I understand. Is there value in trying to reach that young, further to the left, anti-capitalist audience that he has built for better or worse?
A leader should reach out to everyone.
I want to ask about...
Attaboy. Attaboy, Corey. Good. That's just showing that you have some sack there. Jesus Christ. Should reach out to everyone. This is a guy who claims that half the country are Nazis and Jim Crow is back every 5 seconds. It's amazing. Amazing, but this is the left, and this is what they're doing now. This is them. This is them. They are this crazy. Speaking of the left and crazy, here's Jack Schlossberg. This clam bake is he's no bueno. Somebody needs to throw a net over this dude. He's one of the Kennedy, I guess, nephew of John Schlossberg. And this kid is, I assume that there's like SSRI just bubbling up like out of his ears. He's no bueno.
But for people out there in your district who are getting to know you, they're looking for leadership. They're looking for reliability as well. And I outlined some of the things in this story that would paint a picture of you as someone who disappears for hours, skips strategy meetings. First of all, is it true, or was it true for just a portion of the campaign? And how can you reassure people that you're going to show up if you're elected?
Our campaign has done more public events. We're everywhere all at once. I've met so many people in New York that I'm starting to run into people for the second time just on the street. In terms of the reports in that New York Times article that you're referencing, most of them, if they had fact-checked them, they could have asked me, not true. Weekly meetings for my benefit, strategy meetings. I can tell you right now that I'm the campaign's lead strategist. And
so you didn't skip meetings early on in the campaign, or in the first couple of weeks?
Who would I be meeting with? Who is this person? I have no idea what they're talking about. And they said that I took a nap in November. And if that's their idea of a scandal, then I think that is evidence to everyone in New York that I'm running a basically flawless campaign.
Well, it came from people within your campaign. And now a number of these people may not be on your campaign anymore, and turnover on campaigns, although you've had a lot of it, is not uncommon. You haven't run for office before. But you're saying none of those reports are true in the story.
Yeah, so I've had a core group of people. I'm a decisive person. Also, I'm running a campaign that is admittedly different than any other campaign in anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, well, then pick him. Good Democrats, pick him. Pick that psycho who's an unhinged lunatic. And, have him ascend. And have the guy, the oyster fisherman from Maine, have him ascend too, that now that we found out that not only did he get his house paid for by his daddy and his mommy pays him for the oysters he doesn't bring to her, but his daddy paid for his IVF treatments in Norway. So, and, there's nothing wrong with rich kids, but this oyster tough guy thing, that's not what he is. That's not what he is. But the left wants to believe it, and, well, let them believe it. Let them believe it. There's so many insane people. There's so many insane people on the left running now. Here's some more Luigi, because it's the cute blondes in this. Anyway, let me get back to. I'm sorry, she distracted me. I do like her. Here's the Washington Free Beacon discovered that his dad had paid for all these trips. Here's the original mainstream media coverage of Graham Platner and Amy Platner going to the IVF clinic.
They tried to have a baby for years with no luck. So last year, Maine Senate candidate Graham Platner and his wife Amy decided to explore in vitro fertilization. They were instantly hit with sticker shock.
We don't have that money. That's ridiculous.
The couple wed later in life and hoped to start a family right away, but it did not come easy.
It is such an emotional roller coaster of like up, up, up and hopeful and wanting to be optimistic and you're feeling great. And then there's just this point where you know it hasn't worked.
I'm not pretending to have all the answers.
Platner, an oyster farmer and veteran competing for the Democratic Senate nomination in Maine, is insured through the VA. Amy, a former teacher, now helps with the oyster business. As they grappled with a price tag they couldn't afford, a friend suggested a novel idea, seeking less expensive treatments in Norway. Just one round of IVF in the U.S. can cost $15,000, $20,000, even $30,000. But Platner says in Norway, it would only cost $5,500. The couple had a virtual consultation with a clinic in Norway and were shocked when they were not billed for the session.
This was the moment I knew we were going. Because we talked to these people for like an hour. They were like, why would you give us money? All we've done is talk. And I'm like, we're going to Norway.
Platner took a 2-week break from his campaign to travel to Norway with Amy this January. The egg retrieval was performed on her 40th birthday.
So there you go. And yeah, the sticker shock didn't matter because his dad paid for it. So his daddy pays for all his things. That's fine. It's fine. You know, there is a world in which that you could just say that, yeah, my dad pays for my stuff, but I'm still a good communist. And the same with my mom, Donnie. But he's a rich kid, and it's fine. He doesn't have the problems that he suggests that he has. He doesn't have the problem. His dad bought him a house. Now, I know that maybe your dad loaned you money, or your mom, or maybe you should have. My dad loaned me money to take classes at one point, which actually turned out really good. But none of them bought me a house at any time. It just wasn't in the cards. But this is what we're doing, and these are the candidates that they love and they want. And it brings us back to Mom Donnie. This is what they want. He's some rich kid who doesn't have to worry about anything, and he sees the system. The system, by the way, that has served him very, 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 very well. And he wants it torn down just because that's the thing to say to once you've told people the world is unfair.
That government can drive change that improves people's lives. And standing here this morning, I cannot help but think of the words of our 40th president, Ronald Reagan. He famously said, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. It's a good quote, but I disagree. I think 9 more terrifying words are actually, I worked all day and can't feed my family. We are going to use the power of government to lower prices and make it easier for New Yorkers to put food on the table.
Now, the only way they're going to do that, because they're going to destroy businesses and overregulate businesses, try to take ownership of some businesses, and they're going to try to create more entitlement programs and create free grocery stores. And by doing that, all they're going to do is drive more businesses and wealthy people out of New York City. And a big part of the tax base is going away. And this doesn't work. This crap doesn't work. The free market works. That's the best chance you have, is getting part of the free market. But this guy's saying that the system that built New York City, by the way, New York City was not built on socialism. New York City was built by bold capitalists. That system, he says, doesn't work, even though there's monuments to capitalism all around him. And there's monuments to capitalism in his wallet, where his mommy makes a lot of money. They're all the same.
When government understands its purpose as serving the very working people that it has left behind time and again, It can make a difference in the most pressing struggles facing our city today. It's not just that government can help, it's that government must help, and our government will help.
Yep, it's not going to help. It's going to hurt. It's going to make New York a lot worse, a lot quicker. It's going to be worse as well. But that's what they want, and good. You can have it. You can have it. And part of the problem is, you know what big government is? It's Medicaid and Medicaid fraud. That's what big government is. So, here's Nick Shirley going after. This is what the Democrats love. They love the Medicaid and the Medicaid fraud. Just put everybody, just shovel the money out, shovel the taxpayer money out, and complain about the cost of the war in Iran when it's a tiny fraction of the entitlement spending we have every year. But here's Nick Shirley. This is him checking out a daycare. I think this is in California. And the guys who run the daycare, they're not like the Somalis we've been dealing with in Maine. These guys are salty.
You have to live here. I'm asking No. You don't ask me nothing, man. $2.25 million. Get out, you guys. Get out. $2.5 million. Get out. This is a business. Get out, hey. Get out. What are you looking for? We're asking. We just want to. Get out. We just want to ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out. Fuck you say. Get out of here, man.
Get out, guys. Get out.
You cannot do that.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that. Get out. This is fucking get out, man. No.
You hear that? You cannot do that. These are a bunch of dudes from God knows where. Having daycares who can't answer questions about all the money they've received in tax dollars, $2,250,000. Bleeping $1 million. Don't worry about it. They yell at Nick Shirley.
Get lost. Get out. No,
sir.
You have to get out.
We're going after him too, but he's got a security there.
No, brother, get out.
Why? Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No, get out.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
Get out.
Can you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask you any question. Fucking.
You can't. Get out. You can't answer the question.
Get out. No. What are you? Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit. Get out.
Could you answer the question?
No, I think this guy's entitled at all.
$2.25 million for a daycare.
No. Fucking $1 million. Don't worry about it. Get out.
$1 million. Don't worry about it.
It's licensed for 118 children, but I don't see any footprints of any children here. I don't see any footprints of any children here.
Get out. Get out. Fucking guys. Get out. No, you're not asking me nothing, man.
I'm just asking you about what we're seeing here.
No. Get out. Get out our business. Get out.
Sir.
This is my property.
You have millions of people watching right now. Can you say what's the need for $2.25 million? And where are the 118 children?
Get out.
Sir, I'm just asking.
Get out.
Wow.
Get out.
Sorry about the swearing, by the way.
Question. Fucking get out.
You have the opportunity to answer the question.
No.
$1 million. Don't worry about it.
You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out our business, man. Get out. Get out, motherfucker. Get out.
Sir,
get out.
just answer the question.
No.
Does that guy seem like on the up and up? Does usually a daycare worker who runs a daycare call you an MFer and get in your face and try to push you around? Effing $1 million. Don't worry about it. Holy frig. Hold up, Burn Burial Pod. Hey, guys. Hey, Tommy. Profound. He sucks. He is Hunter crazy. What's Hunter crazy? I'm launching a full investigation of Tom Shattuck wealth. Free grocery store that for some reason will take 4 years and $30 million. It'll be double that to make, and it'll be a haven for theft. Of course it will be. Julian Phil say, Shattuck mega fortune inherited from his late mommy and daddy. That is incorrect. There's a chance that I could have inherited some from my late daddy, but he managed to get married about 5 times. So other people have that money. Splash says, I want to be a journalist like Nick Shirley, but just get into fights. There is something there to that, like the confrontation business. I don't know if I have that in me. I know like Featherston does, and Steve Robinson sure as hell does, but those guys are the exception. I think they're the exception. They got to be the exception. Let's see. Let me go back to the. Okay. You know what? I want to give. You know what? Well, we should probably mention the Alvin Campbell thing. Andrea Campbell is the district attorney, the attorney general of Massachusetts. Unbelievably not. I've been in meetings with her, and it seems to me, had an IQ of about 7, but she is the Attorney General of Massachusetts, and her brother is on trial. Prosecutors say Alvin Campbell Jr. sexually assaulted 9 women between 2017 and 2019. His rape trial begins today with opening statements. So apparently he pretended he was a rideshare guy, allegedly, and then women would get in the car drunk and he would rape them. So there you go, and I'm shocked. I'm shocked about that, really shocked. We're not bringing our best, and the fact that she's the Attorney General is not good. This state is so freaking lost. It's funny because when I was hosting Howie's show, it was Grace's show. Grace's show Friday, and in a text line, somebody said, "Yeah, you should talk about the city councilman from Stoneham. I hope you've heard about that. Have you heard about that?" And I was like, "No, I haven't heard about that. Leave me alone. Leave me alone." I thought just when I was out of Massachusetts politics, the Howie Carr show and Grace's show have sucked me back into it. I was hoping to never think about Andrea Campbell or Michelle Wu or Maura Healey ever again. And I appreciate how he shifts, and now I'm like, I got to study back up on who the frig Karen Spilka is and all this other stuff. Oh, I thought I shook the Boston politics off of me and jumped into the Connecticut politics. Now I'm into Maine politics, but like all of these places are just like filthy with grift and graft, and talking in the chat about my secret fortune. I'm serious. Like I can't believe I was too stupid to know to get in on the grift. Is that what college is for? Maybe is that where you learn? Like Monica Canning grants, like all the millions she got. I'll do that. I'll pretend that George Floyd died from the cops and not a drug overdose. If you want, like, I'll do what. I'm willing to be bought by the Chinese, bought by the Russians, care about George Floyd, be a trans activist. Like show me the freaking grift and show me the steps to do it, and I will do it. I am no longer trying to get into heaven. I think those days are past. Alice will get in, the kids will get in, maybe. But holy frig. Like I told you, I mean, I shouldn't complain that we have a nice house that needs a little work, but it's a nice house. It's 300 years old. Don't buy a 300-year-old house, believe me, but it's freaking good looking. And there's a lot of room in this freaking place, even though it's cluttered as hell. And we need to fix it. We're getting better. We're cleaning it and fixing it. But every time we clean something, it's us against 3.5 kids. So it's just not enough. It's not your problem. God, you guys had bigger families, a lot of you probably, and you just got it done, okay? God, I suck, all right? Okay, here we go. Let's get back to the fun stuff here. New Jersey man indicted for multiple child exploitation offenses. This is just another Maryland dad, Esem Miyawad of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He sounds like he was probably a born and raiser, who was previously arrested on state charges for an armed home invasion in April 2025. But he was out. Has been indicted for allegedly sexually exploiting a minor in Massachusetts, as well as traveling across state lines to engage in illicit sexually contact with the victim following our investigation. Yada yada. So this guy's going around raping people. The Attorney General's brother is allegedly going around raping people, and they're all going to get broomed, probably. This is what you want. This is the Mom Donnie happy face smile. This is what they want. They love this. This is Maura Healey. This is Michelle Wu. These are all psychotics who should be in Whispering Meadows. It should be in a psych ward in a sanitarium where the initial building, like up at what's that place in Lexington, Waltham, like Ferncroft or something. The initial building is usually a gorgeous Victorian mansion, and then the other buildings subsequently are more brutalist and vicious. Like that's what it should be, just like in Norwich and Connecticut. Get the psych wards back. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, where are we here? Let's go right back here. On the road again. Oh, here's a great tweet by somebody. I love this. This is from Wendy, who's a teacher who's had to get a great account and probably won't for very long. She says, I have a senior on my roster who hasn't attended my class a single day this semester. She showed up on today for the first time. We have 7 days left before grades are finalized for seniors. My administrator just asked me to see what I can do to help her graduate. In case anyone here is a new follower, this is why I'm leaving public education. Not shocked. We hear so many of these stories. And yeah, this lady is legit, and she's resigned, and she is going to be done. It's amazing. And this is like what we have, and especially in blue places. Like, nobody gets educated. There's no law enforcement's not allowed to do their job. The criminals run places. There's no transparency. The politicians are freaking crooked, and they're just like total and utter weasels. Here's Pete Buttigieg, who's now is trying to run for president. He's got a very thick mustache and beard. Whatever. I've talked to this guy and interviewed him. I enjoyed talking to him because he's a charismatic guy, but I don't think he's going to be the spokesman for black voters.
Last month, you called Republican efforts to redistrict cheating. Are Democrats also cheating?
Well, let's be very clear about what's going on right now, which is a systematic effort to dismantle black political representation in the House of Representatives. What we're seeing amounts to the biggest reversal of black political power since the Voting Rights Act itself. It is wrong, it is unfair, and we never should have been here in the first place.
Okay, Peter, they hate you, just so you know. Sorry about that. Bad news. Hate to be the one to tell you, but yeah, that's what he's up to. And now for some good news. Ready for some good news? I have always had a thing with two kinds of women I've loved in my life. I have loved women with snaggle teeth, like Claudia Schiffer, like Jewel State, and like Alice Shattuck. I love snaggle teeth. I'm really into it. I think it's really sexy. And I like women with dolphin faces. Now, there's only one person of note with a dolphin face out there. But I like her, and that's Reese Witherspoon. And this is her talking on her Instagram about AI. And I thought, this is interesting. She must not have gotten a recent memo.
I think it's time to learn about AI. I was with 10 women at a book club yesterday, and I said to the 10 of them, how many of you guys use AI? And only 3 of them used AI. And then I said, how many of the 3 of you feel like you really know what you're doing or they're using it the right way? And that was only 1 person. So if 3 out of 10 women are the only ones using AI, that means 70% of that group is not keeping up. The thing I've learned about technology is if you don't get a little bit of understanding from the very beginning, it just speeds past you. So you have to have little bits of learning just to keep up. And let's get real, our kids are all using this every single day. I think we should learn the basics together and learn some really good tools that are gonna make our everyday lives easier and better. Do you want me to share what I'm learning with you? It's time. It's time, people.
I do like, I'll tell you one thing. I do like Dolphin Face. I've loved her as an actress, and she's always been really pretty. But what is it about women who are millennials all becoming like morphing into life coaches? Shut up. Don't educate everybody. Just calm down. Oh, God. We like Reese. I love the when she got a drunk drive with DUI, she was trying to, like, you know who I am with the cop, and the boyfriend was like, oh, God, please stop. Please stop. One last thing is this for the shot. You may know or may not know Alex Cooper. She is a blonde who hosted the Barstool show, or used to be Barstool. I don't know if it is anymore. Call Her Daddy, where they talk about having sex and being very sexually forward and yada, yada, yada. It's all about sex. And now And it's like talking like guys would talk about as girls, and like I like to do this and this. Make sure he does this to your whatever hole and this whatever. And talks about all sorts of explicit stuff. And so now she says she's pregnant now. There's an Instagram picture of her being pregnant and her husband holding her stomach where the baby bump is and this and that. So I like blondes who are sexy. It's fine. It's great. And if you want to play the tough guy, like girl thing, where you speak explicitly about sex like a guys would, that's fine. It made her a lot of money. And I don't know how I would be good content, because I wouldn't want to hear that as a guy. Because girls being like crude like that it's just not a good book. But there's a reason why historically women don't speak crude like that. And there's a reason for it. And your Alex Cooper is not smarter than thousands of years of thousands of years of when you originated Darwin. It's Jimmy Reed. It's through and what's it called? Anyway, you learn to. It's developing through time, I guess. You learn that there are reasons why women don't do that, and they learned from life not to do that. At some point, it's very possible that this husband will look at his wife's record of everything that she had to share about the championing of being promiscuous. And he's one other family issue away from saying, why didn't you spend any time making yourself better rather than being gratuitous about how you wanted to have animal sex all the time? And look, why is that okay that there's nothing special or exclusive about you at all? And you're going to have a kid, and like, what is the lesson for the kid? Talk from the gutter like mommy did to make lots of money? All she did was just use her beauty and sell out generations of women classiness and lovely women etiquette and style and taste. She sold it out to be a carnival freak who would talk about all the penetrations and everything, because that's just another form of prostitution. So yeah, you were just a kind of a prostitute, and that's fine. But I think when you look back on life's work and you say, okay, what's the one free chip you get as a woman? Well, it's me being naked and a prostitute, and that's the one thing that I'm given that doesn't take any talent to do. All I have to do is say the things that generations before me had too much class to say and do. And that's what she did. And it's fine. I'm for blondes. Remember she's essentially my first girlfriend, Susan from Malden, who had been with most of the Malden population. And that ended. I mean, it was exciting. I was only 20 years old, so obviously it's exciting. But, that is that. So that is where I am in that. Let's go to the chat. Evolution. Yes, thank you, Tommy. God damn it. Let's see. Okay. Oh, yeah. Julian Phil say, great timing to get in on the human rights trans activist thing. Pride Month just days away. I assume that's just one of the Pride months. And then there's Pride, Transparency Day, and Pride. Fernald. That's right, Splash. Fernald is a place up there. That place is cool. You can still check some of the abandoned buildings out. Or at least you could. I guess now that I think about it, 20 years ago. Holy frig. It was great. And then there's part of Fernald. It's funny. There was part of Fernald in Waltham, Lexington, that was being developed into housing, but they still had the administrative building there. And I once drove my car. I drove my car like to check out the new builds, and a bunch of security descended on me. I was like, are these federal people? And they're like, you need to turn right back right now. I was like, holy frig. Brutalist drink. Yeah, I said brutalist. I go to that a lot. There's got to be another word for that, for what I mean. But I think about that. Like, I think about, when I worked in Boston, I was really thrilled. I was really amazed by Scully Square. I think about like what they got rid of to build that freaking center plaza in the freaking city hall. And everybody thought, well, it's really nice. During that brutalist regime. In the Kennedy building, that stupid freaking parking lot. I don't know if it's still there. That was over near Haymarket. Oh. Pete's an everyman now. Yeah, apparently. White striping on highways is racism. Yep. Jewel. Yeah. Jewel. Oh, my goodness. Don't you hate Sean Penn? He, bedded down an 18-year-old Jewel. Ugh, bastard. Oh, she was... Oof. She still looks good, by the way. Splash says, I like women with big, beautiful eyes that aren't symmetrical. You know who I do too. You know who I loved and everybody said that she was Shannon Doherty. Who are you making fun of? Tommy says, I like a good turtle face. Chicks with 3 boobs. My favorite women have faces. Yep. Dark raven hair and lots of it. Yeah, that's where the Persian women, hola. Tattoos and daddy issues. They all have some issues. Yeah, it's funny because when I was on Kirk Minahan show, he's like, don't you think that Alice has daddy issues and that's why she's with you? It's funny because there's a lot of women with daddy issues and none of them were ever attracted to me for 30 years. It's amazing how that works. And it's got to be some kind of F up in the space-time continuum if a chick likes Tom Shattuck. Evolution is correct, yes. Rogan in the date. Okay, let's go to the chat. Is there chat messages? I hope there are. Oh, goodness. There we go. Oh, Alice is making ribs, by the way, in the freaking thing. The slow cooker thing, whatever. Not the slow cooker, or the thing that does it in 10 seconds, whatever that thing is. I hope they're good. They smell freaking great. The whole neighborhood smells like this.
Hi, Steve from Merrimack.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, Graham Platner's a real student of history. A People's History by Howard Zinn. I think that's probably the only book he's ever read. Thank you.
Well said. Is he still alive, Howard Zinn? Wasn't he from Lexington? Yeah, it's so freaking, and he went to boarding school to learn how to be just a cliche freaking Howard Zinn guy. Oh.
Hey, Tom. John and Greenwood here.
Hey, John.
It's nice to hear that you've mostly leveled up with AI instead of getting steamrolled by it. My only caution to you would be that my other podcast is AI Coffee with AI Scott Adams. As dependable as the real one. Also, Steve from Merrimack should be getting a cut of your ads revenue for promoting the ACAST spots. All right, talk to you later.
Oh, that's interesting to know that the Scott Adams thing. Yeah, I liked him when he was alive. I would, yeah, he was too deep. I listened to a lot of podcasts, the All In podcast, the all of the neocons, all of the. We'll talk about it some other time.
Hey, Tom, regarding the data center conversations
Yes.
that we're having, you bring up some uses that you have for it, but in the end, I think the poor people of Georgia that will be affected by the lack of water just so you can create disturbing images of your wife making out with herself don't really justify that cost. Sorry, not sorry.
I disagree. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. I totally disagree.
Hi, Steve from Merrimack.
Hey, Steve.
Tom, I know you don't control when the commercial breaks
Correct.
come up on the BB. I'm listening on Apple Podcasts, but in today's episode, you started a sound cut from Jeremy Boring.
Yeah.
And it immediately went to a commercial, and it was like 2 minutes of commercials.
Oh!
So I know they're your sponsors, but rest assured, I hit 30-30, 30-30,
No.
15.
No, Steve, buy the stuff. I use that stuff. Those are podcasts that I suggest. Buy that stuff, please. Yes, and listen to them all. And that's is that really 2 minutes? It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be 30. It's supposed to be, I don't know what happens in the beginning, but it's supposed to be 30 and 30 inside. I think that's right. I'll look tonight because it's a button you have to hit. Not that I hit it. I would never hit it. I still try to delete, but it just self-hits.
Hi, Steve from Merrimack.
Hey, Steve.
Where did you get the sound of Jedediah Beale, or whatever the hell her name is, of her talking about sex? And why was the word sex bleeped out? It was so obnoxious. After I don't know how long that cut was, but I was begging you to not play anything else. Why would you have to bleep out the word sex? Please illuminate me.
No, first of all, that wasn't Jedediah. That was her cut of another woman doing it. It wasn't that I beeped out the word sex. I think it was the word. Hold on, let me take a look here. Let me see if I can find it. It wasn't sex. I would never bleep out the word sex. Was it? Did I bleep out the word sex? I don't think so. Let me see if I can find it. I'll see if we can get down to this. This is called customer service. Constituent services. Okay, this lady.
It is not the wife's responsibility to keep her husband satisfied in the bedroom. And the fact that that's even controversial is very telling. Yet we have framed this as part of a woman's wifely duties. If you are a woman who has become increasingly disconnected from your body through motherhood and now into perimenopause, I have a hypothesis. When society or religion or gender roles connect to duty,
oh, you're right.
It stops becoming.
Yeah, that wasn't me who bleeped that out. That's Jedediah. Maybe for some kind of YouTube thing or something. Who knows why? Yeah, I see. You're right about that. That wasn't me. Bad Jedediah. Stop bleeping stuff out, lady. Okay. Hold on. Let me get it back there. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Oh, fun night. You guys are always fun. The chat is great. By the way, if anybody else is listening here, check out the chat. No, if you're not on Patreon, pay for Patreon. It is well worth it. 100% of the people, they average, by the way, for you non-Patreon people, they average $30 a month. That's what I would suggest. And they all get 5-star reviews, okay? Thank you, everybody. See you later.